And I will say I'm kind of surprised how long it lasted. Yeah, hello everybody, Papa Blue Shirt. I'm going to go down and I think I'm going to try out my aftermarket battery and see how well it's holding up. I did a test of my stock battery the other day and it seemed to be holding up, very well. So it is kind of windy today, so it was windy when I did my stock battery test. So I guess I'm being consistent here. But anyways, let's get going. Here's where we're starting. 12,542. And well, I will say I got my electric socks on. Boy, these things are sweet. Keeps my feet nice and warm. So yeah, I'll leave a link for those down below, because you're riding when it's cold. You got to stay warm one way or another. And I really like these electric socks. These electric socks have a Bluetooth app. So if I get hot when I'm out there, I can turn them down. So that's really sweet. Well, it's about 38 degrees out here, I think. So, and the wind's blowing really hard, so it is pretty cold. But I got my leather coat on, got a couple pairs of pants on, and then some long johns underneath. And then of course my heated socks. That really makes a difference. Yeah. Look at those. A whole bunch of pygmy-goats. I don't see if this dog comes out up here again. Nope. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. Oh yeah. Well, that bike's been sitting there for about 3-4 days now. Kid was going to run away from home and he didn't make it very far, I guess. Well, went about 10 miles. If I'm not pedaling, it shows all the bars yet, so we shall see. Well, there's where we're at. 15 almost, 14 and a half. It is real windy out here today, so I'm gonna get a skewed result, but yeah. We have went 20 miles so far, and I do feel it starting to slow a little bit. Of course, I'm going directly into the wind now. It's about a 25-mile-an-hour wind. What it is when I'm not pedaling. If I get the same as the other one, I'll be happy. It sure is windy out here today. Yeah, in the wintertime it's kind of hard to gauge how far to ride, because the colder it is, the least amount of miles you can ride. Because you get cold, I don't think the batteries perform as well, and things like that. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to ride the temperature. If it's 30 degrees, I'll ride 30 miles. If it's 45, I'll ride 45 miles. Or at least that's what I aim for. But there's some days it's just too windy, you can't do what you want to do. But I guess that means when it gets down to 0, I stay home, right? We'll see. See that flag in the background there? Well, there's 25. I'm not going to be able to outrun these dogs up here this time. But I'll get my 30. so they didn't get a head start. That over here is that sketchy bridge. Boy, the wind's really blowing. Yeah, kind of walk like my daddy at the end there. Somehow a person's stride can bring back memories. It's been a while since I seen the old man. Kind of miss him. Flag up here, how much is blowing. It's a real windy day. Glory. Well, I am right at 30 miles. I can't hardly believe it. There's a neat thing, I don't know if I talk about very much, but this thing rotates here with my ecotric. I was always afraid if I put some pressure on that I would break it. But this one has it so it spins out of the way, so it's really handy when you're riding and the sun hits it a certain way, you can move it out of the way. So I really like that. But I got 30 miles so far. I can't hardly believe that. I didn't expect that. This is a 24 amp hour battery, but yeah, it's probably a good idea to if you have a dual battery setup, to every once in a while turn one of them off and go out and just see how they do. Because what happens, you might have enough juice to do 80 or 90 miles, but you usually only ride maybe 35 or 55 miles. And so every time you go, that one battery is going down lower and lower, but you don't realize it until one day you go out on that really long ride and it doesn't have the juice that you thought it would have. But I didn't think it was going to have this much. I'm really surprised. And as long as I'm stopped here, I'll make mention of my pogies here. You know, these are something that people either love or they hate, and I love them. You know, people say they don't want to use them because they want to be able to handle all the controls, but what's the good of that when you have a bunch of gloves? When you have thick gloves on your hand, you can't feel the controls very well anyway, and if your hands are frozen, they're going to be numb and you're not going to feel it. So after you have these for a while, they just become second nature. I usually ride with one hand in it and the other hand in my pocket, so because I have a hand warmer in my pocket, because I use my one hand to record, and so it gets cold, so I have a hand warmer in my pocket, and so I can warm my hand back up in between times, so I can give you this great footage on my adventure here. But yeah, so if you've been on the fence on these pogies, you might not give them a try. They're only, I think you can get them for like $25. And for that really, really cold day, you know, they really make a difference. You know, I ride with these all year round. I usually don't put anything else on. I do have some electric gloves that I tried out, and they do work, you know, real good. And I have used them along with the pogies, and that's a very good combination, because the wind doesn't hit the gloves at all, and so they warm up really nice. So on those really cold days where it's, you know, like 5 degrees or something, I might do something like that, because I doubt I'll be recording those days, because it's just too cold when it's like that. But yeah, but I love these. I've had these, I found these out the last year, I think, and so every time it turns into the winter time, this is my second or third winter, I think, I've had them. So maybe it's been a couple years ago. But yeah, I really like them. I'm surprised how warm your fingers and your hands stay in them. But well, let's get going here, see what else we can, see how many more miles we can get. So with this battery and my other battery, I should be able to get 60 miles easy. And 2 batteries together that are switching back and forth, you get a lot more miles. So there's probably 70 miles between the 2 batteries on PAS 5 when the wind is blowing hard. So I could do 80 or 90 miles then on probably PAS 4. But that's hard to do when it's cold. All right, let's get going. Just so you know, I've never run these batteries all the way down until they're out of power. Now what they do is they slow the bike down so much that you can't keep, it's not really, you know, giving you anything, and so then you stop. But my ecotric, I'd have 2 or 3 bars and it would just, boom, it would stop all at once. Yeah, these pogies, after a while, it just gets to be second nature. You know, I'm not even now looking at it, and I know right where it is every time. So I really love them. And this part of my route is really hilly, so it is slowing down when you go up the hill. But then you make up for it on the other side. Well, I think I'm getting close to the end here. Any type of hill is going to slow me down to nothing now. But I will say I'm rather impressed. Now, I'm going to have to turn that other battery back on. And whenever I do these range tests, there's always a fear in my mind, what if that battery don't come on? I don't think I would make it home. And these e-bikes are pretty heavy to pedal, especially this one, if you don't have no power. We'll see. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. 35 miles out of this 24 amp hour battery after I've had it for, we're pretty much all done here. So I'm gonna turn this battery on. Well, there you go. I got power. I got power. Yee-hee! I feel like I'm 16 again. Oh, it's like you get older when the battery runs out. Now I can ride. Oh, I really like having my juice back. Oh, it feels good. Well, in the summertime, this is really pretty through here. It's pretty now too, though. If you didn't have these cold days, you wouldn't appreciate the warm days. So far, trying to go from my 12,600 here. Should have no problem getting it. Well, I'm gonna head for the house. I don't think I'm gonna try to get the rest of those miles. I'll do that tomorrow. Took longer out here than what I thought. Well, there's where we ended up. Took me a little over 2 hours. 12,596, so I'll go over tomorrow. Well, thanks for riding along with me today. Tested out my aftermarket battery after I've had it for months recharging it every day. And I will say I'm kind of surprised how long it lasted. Lasted about 35 miles, so that's very impressive. Didn't expect that, especially on a real windy day like it was today. Anyways, thanks for riding with me. Goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.
May the good Lord take a liking to you. Hallelujah. May He spread His blessings on your trail. Hallelujah. May He be your guide anywhere you ride, and be always your host when you're needing Him most. May the good Lord take a liking.